scholarship and majoring in secondary math education. That's great. We like to hear that. Wendy's activities at North High have included the following: Pom-Pom Squad all 4 years, Foreign Language Club, Student Council, National Honor Society. She's been with our Positive Peer Influence Group and Key Club. Your first student speaker is Wendy Ellen Wagner.
The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house on that cold, cold, wet day. We looked, then we saw him step onto the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, teachers, and classmates, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Fort Zumwalt North class of 1992. The familiar words of Dr. Seuss that entertained us when we were preschoolers, believe it or not, have a message that can speak to all of us tonight. At first, those words gave us hours of fun plus a foundation for reading. But those times quickly passed, and soon Dr. Seuss books seemed to fade away. What stayed with us, however, were those positive feelings that learning was fun, and so our education began. Now, here we are many years later, looking back to the words of Dr. Seuss that we learned so long ago. But this time, the message takes on an added meaning, one that can spur us on to even greater heights. Dr. Seuss said, "I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true, that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You'll get all hung up in a prickly perch. Your gang will fly on, you'll be left in a lurch. Throughout life, we must choose whether to stay in the prickly perches and wallow in our misery. It would be wrong to say that after graduation, our troubles are over and only success lies ahead of us. There will be those difficult times when we stumble and fall along the way. Whether we wallow in our misfortune or pick ourselves up and try again are choices that we all must make. How fortunate we are to have had the support of family, friends, and teachers and administrators to encourage us to get up when we were down. The times when we seemed to be our worst enemies. You remember the times that we sat in class and wished that a trap door would open and spare us from what seemed to be our worst disappointment or greatest embarrassment. But instead, those special people were there to help toughen us up, stand a little taller, reach a little higher, and prepare us to meet even greater challenges. Several months ago, we at Fort Zumwalt North were privileged to have at our school Mark Scherenbrock, one of the finest motivational speakers in America. Mark challenged us to seek life over existence. We of the 1992 graduating class are indeed proud of those who captured opportunities and used their abilities and talents to lead our school in many areas of endeavor. But it also took the hard work of many dedicated followers to believe in themselves and realize that we at Fort Zumwalt North are all stars. Just as the cat in the hat seized the moment to change a dull, ordinary day into something totally spectacular, we, the class of 1992, know that we can go for it and make a positive difference in this world. The decisions that we, the class of 1992, will be making will pave the way to our future. This year will mark the very first time that we will be voting in a presidential election. Our future depends on the choices we make and those who lead us. When Dr. Seuss, the famous author of children's books, passed away recently, he left behind a beautiful gift to all of mankind, words that if taken to heart could literally change the world. And so I close with this very special quote from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Congratulations, today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Good job, Wendy. Your second student speaker is Tyson Sturgeon. Tyson is the son of Don and Rita Sturgeon of O'Fallon, Missouri. He's 18 years old, will be attending Missouri University in Columbia on an academic scholarship. and he'll major in journalism and publications. His activities while here at North High have included basketball, baseball, and golf teams, newspaper staff, National Council of Youth Leadership, Student Council, and National Honor Society. Your second student speaker is Tyson Sturgeon.
Fellow graduates, it is truly an honor to be able to speak with you tonight. I'm sure many of you thought that this night would never get here, but here we are all set to become grown-ups in a grown-up world. Tonight, when we walk down the aisle to receive our diplomas, it will not only signify our graduation from high school, but our ticket to the real world, that world that our parents have been nagging us about for years. After tonight, we will all go our separate ways. Some of us will go to college to find what we are looking for, and others will get a job and start a family. Regardless of our respective plans, I hope that we all go into the community with one goal in mind: to become a leader and to give something back to the community that has given so much to us. Now, I know that we won't all run out and try to become president or senator, but we can still be leaders in our families, neighborhoods, churches, community athletics, in our jobs, and on the college campus. To me, a leader is someone who does something for others, who gives of himself. Throughout our education, we have been told to stand up for what we believe in and do what we know in our heart to be right in whatever situation we may find ourselves. Along the way, we may have argued with those who tried to point us in the right direction. But as we have grown and matured, it is easy to see that the lessons they were trying to teach us have value. Our first lesson might have come from our kindergarten teacher when she told us not to eat the paste, and we did it anyway. We probably would have found a way to argue if our mouths had not been stuck shut. Before long, we were in the 5th grade and ready for our first date. Mom told us to act like a lady or gentleman, but we decided to play it cool, and we shunned our date because we were afraid to say or do the wrong thing, and God forbid, look uncool. Then, not so long ago, we came to high school as scared freshmen in what seemed a monstrous school. We didn't know what to do or who to ask when we wanted to find out where the gym was or what lunch shift we ate. And we definitely didn't want to ask the seniors anything because they looked too cool for us and were practically in college, and we didn't want to sound like nerds. As our freshman year went by, though, we came to find out that most of the seniors were there to help us and not to beat us up. They were the leaders of our school then, just as you and I were a few days ago. Now, as we sit here all nervous and anxious to leave our high school days behind, it is important that we don't forget the lessons that we learn from our teachers, our parents, and each other, and the leadership they taught us. From now on, there won't be someone standing over us to tell us the right thing to do. It is up to us to draw on our inner qualities to guide us down the yellow brick road to our dreams. It is also important for us to remember that we learn in lessons every day. No matter how old or wise we get, there is always a lesson that can be learned from someone who is still older and wiser, or even younger and wiser, because everyone has something to teach us, the young as well as the old. I've heard it's a good way to make a point is by telling a story, so I've got one for you. Surely most of you have heard of the 2 Yankee ex-greats, Mickey Mantle and Billy Martin. Well, it was deer season, and they were searching for a good place to hunt. So they came upon a farmer's house, which had the perfect woods for hunting deer. Mickey pulled the car up in the driveway, and they proceeded to argue over who would go ask the farmer if they could hunt in his woods. Finally, it was decided that Mickey would do the asking, and he approached the farmer very carefully. Well, the farmer agreed immediately to let the guys hunt in the woods, but he wanted Mickey to do him a favor. Could you go kill my old donkey for me? He's old and blind, and I don't have the heart to kill him. Mickey said sure and headed back out to the car. On the way out to the car, he figured he'd play a great joke on Billy. "That old rascal won't let us hunt in his woods, so I'm going out to shoot his donkey," said Mickey. Both men grabbed their guns, and Billy proceeded frantically, begging and pleading with Mickey not to do it. When they reached the barn, Mickey pulled out his shotgun and shot the donkey right between the eyes. All of a sudden, he heard 3 loud shots from behind. Mickey turned back aghast to see Billy Martin's shotgun still smoking, and the Rye Martin said, "I got 3 of his cows, let's go." Now you see, Billy wouldn't have gotten himself into this mess if he'd only been a leader and chosen to talk to the farmer himself. So tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year, when you make that first big decision of your new life in the real world, think of what happened to Billy and make a choice that is right for you as a leader and as a person. Following your own heart and doing what is right could help to make you into the leader that this world so desperately needs. Take care and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to persevere unless it gets really bad, so hang with us. Is that okay, graduates? Thank you, Denise, Wendy, and Tyson. This time I would like to introduce Mr. John Smith, who would lead our choir in 2 selections. The accompanist is Miss Heidi Brunges. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Choir. This time I'd like to ask Mrs. Rhonda Parkinson to please come to the stage to assist me in recognizing the top-ranking students in the class of 1992. Students, please come to the stage when your name is called. I'd ask you to watch the ramp as you come up. It is a rough surface, but just be careful as you're walking up the ramp. Got it? First, number 10, with a 3.863 grade point average, Mr. Tyson Sturgeon. Number 9, with a 3.917 grade point average, Miss Amy Hughes. Number 8, the 3.926 grade point average, Bridget Ganley. 7, Tyson. 7, Miss Shelley Crossan, 3.980. Number 6 with a 4.042, Mr. Bradley Harper. Number 5 with a 4.060, Ms. Tracy Benbrook. Number 4 with a 4.135, Ms. Laura Ryan. Third with a 4.154 grade point average, Mr. Bradley Sudar. Our salutatorian this year, second place with a 4.192 grade point average, Ms. Jill Muldoon. And our valedictorian for the class of 1992 with a 4.320 grade point average, Ms. Wendy Wagner. How about a nice round of applause for the top 10 students in the class? Thank you. Wow. Watch your step going down. Now I'd like to ask Mr. Lindquist to come to the stage to present two special awards. These awards are voted on by the faculty. The first award is for leadership and loyalty. This award for 1992 goes to Mr. James Moyes. The second award is for citizenship, again voted on by the faculty. This award goes to Jill Muldoon. Also at this time I would like to recognize Senior Jason McCraw and have him stand. Jason designed this year's backdrop. I'd also like to recognize Tony Ingrassia and Mike Leva. And guys, I know there may have been a couple others that helped, but Tony and Mike worked long hours with Jason to get this completed. Next, I would like to ask our senior officers to come to the stage. As the students make their way to the stage, I would like to introduce them. Our senior historian this year, Miss Julie Rust. Treasurer, Ms. Sherry Hayes. Secretary, Ms. Stacy Tracer. Vice President, Mr. James Hall. And President, Mr. James Moyes.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Hochul, Mr. Hiles, and Mr. Lindquist for the gift the senior class put together and bought for him. One of the stories behind this gift was in the beginning of the year, when we all were thinking about a senior gift, one of the ideas brought before us was a giant aquarium to be put in the foyer. Though this wasn't very logical or couldn't be done, we decided to get a gift to commemorate this. On behalf of the senior class, I'd like to present Mr. Hiles, Mr. Lindquist, and Mr. Hochul this gift.
This is what you call teamwork. This isn't great. Thank you. I believe this is an aquarium.
Thank you very much.
Now, whether we're going to put it in the foyer or not, I don't know. Maybe in a trophy case. Prior to presenting the diplomas, I would like to recognize two people, actually three people. First, would Miss Marjorie Phelps please stand? Mrs. Phelps is retiring from teaching at the end of this year. She has devoted 31 years to teaching, 20 of those years in the Fort Zumwalt School District. How about a nice round of applause for Mrs. Phelps? Next, I would like to ask Mrs. Rome Wright to please stand. Mrs. Wright is also retiring at the end of this year. She has devoted 24 years to teaching, 16 and a half of those years in the Fort Zumwalt School District. Again, how about a nice round of applause for her? And I would also like to acknowledge Miss Idelle Bruning. Mrs. Bruning is not with us this evening, but Mrs. Bruning retired at the end of first semester after teaching 34 years. Thank you. Mr. Voss, Mr. Fisher, will you now prepare to present diplomas to the members of the class of 1992? These students have met the grade and credit requirements of the Fort Zumwalt Board of Education, the State of Missouri, and the North Central Association, and should now prepare to receive their diplomas. Troy Randall Adams. Kimberly Renee Allen. Tanya May Allen. William Joseph Alterson. Sandy Marie Anderson. Cassandra Renee Aubuchon. Jonathan David Ayers. Christine Jeanette Bajardi. Sean Lynn Baker. Robert Brian Barton. Christopher Scott Beadle. Melanie Lynn Dean. Jerry Ann Buford. Tracy James Becker. Tracy E. Benbrook. Robert Wayne Bickford. Shelley Denise Blackwell. Michael John Bloom. Victoria Babadia. Stacy Lynn Beckman. Joshua Edward Boland. Nathan Richard Borgmeyer. Dawn Deanna Borgschulte. Brian Richard Bowman. Tamara Lee Branch. Tanya Lynn Branch. Angela Michelle Brock. James Jerome Brock. Heidi Marie Brunge. Jennifer Ann Brush. Terry Ray Buckingham. Michelle Elaine Bullock. Casey Shannon Burke. Kelly Elaine Burns. Jennifer Ann Caffrey. Michael Shannon Callahan. Elizabeth Ann Card. Jason Scott Cargill. Carrie Jean Shadoin. Jason Matthew Shavers. Darren Lynn Chowning. Adonica Denise Clark. Rayanne Michelle Clements. Joseph Robert Kaufman. Stephen Bennett Cook. Shelley Ann Crossan. Sherry Lynn Chaika. Trina Marie Danner. Deanna Michelle Davis. Jennifer Marie Chittenden Dennis. Tiffany Lynn Denny. Anna Carolina Diaz. Mark Lee Dunaway. Mitch David Eads. Patricia Dorothy Edler. Stacy Amy Edwards. Penny Sue Ellenbeck. Jeremy Wayne Eichel. Craig Arnold MG. Sherry Genevieve Engler. Tanya Lynn Estes. Teresa Lynn Eubanks. Arturo Flores. Christopher Colin Foster. Gregory James Foster. Stephanie Ann Foster. Monica Betty Franklin. Heather Lynn Franzen. Michael Jerome Freeman. Bridget Catherine Ganley. Michael Joseph Garcia. Samuel Page Garland. Michael Garrison. Kimberly Ann Garver. Michael Joseph Gleba. Corey David Grossley. Joseph Robert Greenwood. Jennifer Gail Bremer. Lisa Suzanne Grimm. Chad Davis Groharing. James Adrian Paul III. Robert Eugene Hamilton. Robert Brian Hamilton. Todd Christopher Hamilton. Mark Paul Hankins. Christine Ann Hanner. Tanya Sue Hardcastle. Amy Lee Hardy. Bradley Allen Harper. Dawn Lee Hartsfield. David Michael Hawkins. Sherry Lynn Hayes. Louisa Angela Lynette Heflin. Barbara Carol Hyman. Billy Lawrence Hell. Maria Del Carmen Embrock. Brian Douglas Hemmer. Karen Ann Henderson. Tanya Leanne Henderson. Paula Jean Pinky. Brian Dennis Hinkle. Jeffrey Thomas Hertz. Edward Lee Vogelman. Patricia Lee Payne. Shayna Gail Holloway. Tracy Marie Horton. Ryan David House. Albert Asa Hovis. Dawn Christina Puffindick. Amy Valentine Hughes. James Robert Hunt. Charlie Gilbert Hunter III. Angela Marie Hussey. Shannon Renee Hutchcraft. Anthony Ingracia II. Daniel Edward Jablonski. Tracy Lee Jackson. Carrie Lee Jennings. Jason Reed Jones. Gary Wayne Killer. Wendy Sue Kinderman. Tamara Lynn Kinzel. Susan Michelle Klein. Denise Lynn Knapp. Amy Jo Kahneman. Mark Anthony Cordy. Anthony Michael Kazemchek. Michael Lee Friedemeyer. Bradley Stephen Krigbaum. Eric Vaughn Crook. Scott Dennis Kunza. Gwen Allen Lale II. Kevin Scott Lampy. Kelly Jean Langdon. Christopher Allen Lepp. Stuart Allen Limbrunner. Robert Ray Linneman. Darren Douglas Long. Melanie Diane Malone. Jennifer Lynn Mannion. April Dawn Manor. Trevor Sullivan Marbury. Nancy A. Markovich. Douglas Eugene Mars. Jack Ernest Martin III. Randall Everett Martin. Gary Wayne Massey II. Connie Lee Marie Madison. Mark Allen Mattingly. Diane Marie Mayhew. Jeffrey Dean McCoy. Christina Dawn McCrary. Jason Allen McCraw. Eric Lee McQuistion. Matthew James McCullough. Stephanie Joy McCune. Craig James McCutcheon. James McMillan. Travis Lee McMillan. Todd Stewart Miller. Lisa Christine Mills. Laurie Lee Moore. Angelique Marie Modern. James Allen Moyes. Jill Candace Muldoon. Shannon Dawn Monday. Tracy Lynn Nash. Jessica Dawn Nickel. Jason Andrew Niehaus. Rodney Allen Niewig. Eric Scott Norris. Carissa Ann North. George Frederick Knightus. Kara Sonia Hogan. Jody Christine Oliver. Loretta Marie Orff. Mark Eugene Orff. Matt Allen Ormsby. Ray Raju Osborne. Sherry Lynn Oderson. Tracy Ann Palacios. Polly Ann Patkiss. Bradley Wayne Pavlik. Christine Ann Piney. Rebecca Sue Peterson. Raymond Henry Pieper, Jr. Shelley K. Pingleton. Susanna Ramirez. Catherine Marie Randazzo. Michael Joe Rasher. Misty Jill Reed. Michael Paul Renyak. Anne Marie Richter. John Lawrence Ridgway. Donna Marie Reichers. Jason Joseph Robert. Carrie Marie Robinson. Christina Lynn Retcher. Robin Renee Rudolph. Julie Marie Rust. Laura Michelle Ryan. Sean Michael Ryan. Victor Hugh Sanders. Derek Andrew Schott. Anne Marie Seeley. Gregory Mark Schaefer. Allison Joy Shepard. Amanda Faith Shepard. Joseph Michael Fuente. Cheryl Marie Sloan. Lee Ann Smith. William Michael Sneed. James Russell Nelson. Eric Brian Schneider. Rita Jacqueline Sote. Rebecca Louise St. John. Christina Marie Stark. Jeremy McLean Strecky. Troy Edward Strother. Tyson Sturgeon. Bradley David Sudar. William Joseph Swearingham. Jason Mark Tharp. Franklin Allen Thomas. Michelle Lee Thompson. Tina Elizabeth Colbert. Stacy Ann Tracer. Krista Carol Fuente. Patricia Kathleen Vallely. Jacqueline Denise Vanderbos. Gregory Scott Zeman. Tiffany Jean Bowman. Cynthia Carmen Wade. Heather Lee Welder. Wendy Ellen Wagner. John David Wakefield, Jr. Joseph William Ward. Julia Ruth Waymeyer. Buffy Marie Wiley. Jeffrey Carl Williams. Aaron Francis Wilmus. Tanya Marie Wood. Amy Diane Woods. Christina Lynn Wortman. Carmen Marie Yates. Amy Lynn Young. Christine Marie Young. Christine K. Young. Sean Patrick Zier. Jeffrey Charles Ziegemeyer. I'd like to extend my personal congratulations to the class of 1992, an outstanding group of young people. It's been my pleasure for 4 years to get to know you and to work with you and hopefully have some influence on you. You've had a lot of influence on me, and I will never forget you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Fort Zumwalt North graduating class of 1992. Would everyone please stand? Please remain standing while Krista 20 presents our benediction, followed by our recessional.